Hey everyone, good evening and welcome to the session. Welcome to the session with 360DigiTMG. This session is resume preparation session. So it's Thursday again and here we are with the resume preparation session. So topic for today is resume adaptation, how to align your CV with job description. Now, before we started before you started your session there with the journey with us, in the first demo that you saw, we clearly promised that we'll have exclusive resume preparation session. And well, this is just a part of it. So here we have the resume preparation session. So while you're watching this video on YouTube, I request you to like this video, share with your friends, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. So let's start today's session. So what's the agenda for today? Well, the basic question, why do we need to tailor our resume? We need to understand job description, how to understand job description. Well, how to identify relevant skills and experiences, how to use keywords effectively, how to customize the resume layout, tailor the cover letter, and we'll give you some final tips and best practices. Now, why tailor your resume? Well, for visibility and relevance, we all know that when we talk about our resume, it's very important that it is ATS friendly. How it will be ATS friendly? Well, when we will make it as per the job description, now we'll need to make sure that we give all those content that is present in job description so that our resume is relevant. And yes, having those skills which are mentioned in the job description actually help to make sure that our resume is visible to the recruiter. Now, it enhances visibility and relevance to hiring managers. Talking about alignment with job and culture. For example, you are searching for a data scientist job, right? Now, you will have those keywords in your resume, you will which will be aligning to the job description, of course, and you will be using only those terms. Well, talking about your skills or experiences, they should align with the job and company culture, right? Now, interview chances. Of course, the well-tailored resume, I should say, have the higher chances of getting selected for interviews. It increases likelihood of being called for an interview. And yes, it is essential for competitiveness. Now think of it. There are so many people. They're applying for a particular job. You think, well, will everyone will go for tailoring their resume or will tailor their resume and then send it to the recruiter? No, not everyone will, but few will definitely do that. And you have to be among those few because it increases the chances of your resume getting selected. And yes, it is essential for competitiveness, right? We all know this job market is very, very competitive. And to stand out in this, it's very much important to have your resume tailored. Now, understanding job description. It's very important to identify the key skills required. We need to identify and prioritize those key skills. Well, as per the job description only. Talking about essential versus desirable skills. Whenever we talk about resume, there are two types of skills that we generally mention. First, essential skills. Second, desirable skills. Desirable skills, for example, for a data scientist, it is desirable to have clearly a Power BI or Tableau experience. Right? They should know one of the software BI tools just to visualize those data sets. Right? If you want to visualize your data, it is essential to have Power BI or Tableau. Now, this is desired for a machine learning engineer. Well, is again desired. It's not essential. But to know the algorithms of machine learning, when we talk about data science interviews or data science job, it's essential, right? So that's the difference between essentials and desired skills. So we need to focus on essential qualification first. That is the most important. Now, adopting job language. Now, every job description has some natural flow to it, right? Now, we have to make sure that we adopt to that job language, to that natural flow, use that flow in our resume too. Now, talking about specific language or terms from the job description, yes, you need to use that. Interview insights. Well, you need to predict and prepare for potential interview questions. Now, for example, there are some 50 question interview questions, for example, that are asked in general. Or if we talk about questions every time, once the resume, the slide is about to get over, we will give you 3 to 4 questions or 4 or 5 questions every single time to ponder upon those questions. Well, those are the questions that are asked in interview in general, and you have to make sure that you prepare those questions. Now, identifying your relevant skills and experiences. Well, the job description should match your skills. You need to make sure that you list skills and experiences that match your job description. Well, it's very, very important, right? Keywords you'll find, and of course, they'll actually impact your resume in a positive way when you are mentioning that. You need to highlight achievements. You have to use measurable achievements to demonstrate qualifications. Measurable achievements. Well, we say quantifying the achievements. For example, let the team of 25 people to successfully complete a particular project. 25, the number you gave, measurable, right? Now, prioritize your content. Whatever is important should be highlighted first. For example, your recent job role should be highlighted first and others later. Now, when talking about it, you should update your resume regularly. Yes, updated resume are actually important so that you are ultimately learning new skills every single time and adding to your resume. Will be more visible to the recruiter, right? Now, you learn new skills and you update your resume in that way. Using keywords effectively. Now, we need to identify keywords and extract keywords related to required skill and knowledge, related to skills or technologies that is required as per the job description, of course. We need to incorporate those things naturally. We need to make sure that we maintain that natural flow that we find in the job description in our resume too. In the effort of trying to basically include more keywords, we forget the natural flow of the resume that we need to maintain. Again, balance keyword usage. Make sure you are not overstuffing your resume with keywords. Of course, keywords are important, especially those keywords that those are mentioned in job description. Those are really, really important, but make sure you're not stuffing it with it. We need to maintain natural flow for both ATS and human reviewers. Avoid keyword stuffing. Well, we have talked about that. Customizing the resume layout. Well, you should select the right format properly. There's a difference between chronological, functional, or combination format. Chronological, where you have continual education or the job. For example, you can mention the clear chronology. But what if you don't have this continuous chronology? If you have break in your career and all, well, you can go for functional resume. Functional resume, when we say, focus on skills rather than chronology. That is very, very important. Now, it enhances readability. Well, there's natural language flow, keywords are properly mentioned, readability increases, right? If the layout is clean, and of course, it's mentioned properly, margins are separated properly, margins are given, keywords are mentioned, all those things. It enhances the readability. Strategic placement. You have to make sure that you are actually positioning those critical informations properly. For example, the professional summary generally comes at the top. The first thing, of course, how to write a proper professional summary. We will see that probably in the next time. Use of visual. Use visuals properly. You can use graphics, subtle graphics that won't affect your resume, right? Now, of course, colors, you can use that in your resume. Tailoring cover letter. Well, you should give your personal touch to those cover letters. And you have to make sure that you're mentioning that cover letter to a specific person if possible, not a very vague color cover letter. You need to express your interest in cover letter. What are you actually interested in? What you can do for a particular company? That we need to make sure that we express in a cover letter, right? Now, align your experiences with goals. You can talk about your experiences and your goal that you are applying for or where you want to be. You need to make sure that your goal are aligned with the company objective. Proactive closure. Well, while closing the job description, you can clearly request for an interview. Closing the cover letter can, if you just request for a job interview, they may consider the same, and that's a really proactive closure. That's really important. Now, final tips and best practices. Make sure that whenever you are submitting your resume or sending your resume to a company, you proofread that thoroughly. It's very important. Make sure you're not making any grammatical mistake. Make sure you are not making any formatting mistake. Fonts are proper, right? These things affect a lot. Well, we don't understand it while writing resume or while making a resume, but it is something that matters a lot. Well, again, we have discussed that it should be free from errors. We need to send feedback. Of course, if you need to seek feedback, send feedback to someone who have helped you and seek feedback from others. Well, get your resume reviewed by mentors or career advisor or your seniors. They will really help you in that. Keep it current. Again, as we have discussed, keep it refreshing regularly, updating regularly. Very important. And yes, engage in networking. You can connect to people, maybe on social sites. For example, is LinkedIn. You can clearly connect to people, right? You have to maintain professional connections. Talking about job, when we are talking about job in this session, resume preparation session, we can talk about a few famous job portals. Here are a few famous job portals, right? Now, when we talk about Google search results, there are a few Google search results. If you just go and Google it, these are the prominent results that we find. We can see that there are a lot of jobs openings for data scientists. Now, we search for keywords for data scientist resume. Well, there are many keywords here that you can use in your resume as per the job description, of course. Now, frequently asked questions. We know we have to proactively prepare for interviews. We always, every Thursday, we post special questions that you can use for your session. For example, how could you have improved your career progress? What do you worry about? Give me example of your creativity. How do you feel about working nights and weekends? Are you willing to relocate and travel? Well, there are so many questions, and if you ponder upon those questions, you will be in a really good position to answer this question in the real time interview, right? Now, Mr. Vincent van Gogh once said, I don't know anything with certainty, but seeing the stars make me dream. Well, you should dream too. Dream of a really good company, target that company, and make sure that you are making your resume properly aligned to their job description. And yes, you will succeed. will certainly succeed in that. Now, talking about us, you can contact us at 1-800-212-654-321. This is a toll free number that we have. You can contact us on this toll free number. You can mail us at inquiry at 360dtmg.com and visit our website 360dtmg.com. Talking about our centers, we have centers at Hyderabad, Bengaluru, Chennai, and of course many more. These are offline centers, and there are many more centers. Well, while you're watching this video on YouTube, I request you to pause this video so that you can scan this QR code and go to the Instagram page. So please follow us on Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and yes, follow us on LinkedIn. Talking about accreditation to international certification bodies, we have accreditation to Microsoft, State University of New York, Future Skill Prime, Panasonic, and TCS-IN. Now, when we are talking about all these things, you must be thinking, what do we have here to aid you in your resume preparation? Well, there are few things that we can really make sure that these things help to you in your resume preparation or in your data science journey. So let me take you there. Let me take this opportunity to take you to a very, very beautiful website. Now, here, this is our beautiful, beautiful website. Talking about us, we have partnered with industry leaders. We have partnered with industry leaders, and of course, we have our popular courses here, domain analytics, our differentiators. We can read about us. You can read about what our alumni say. You can read our success stories here. We connect to these alumni on LinkedIn, and yes, our alumni work at different companies, big companies. Yes, they are there. Now, after we have introduced this, we have mind maps for easy internalization of concepts. You can see there are so many mind maps that you can really use to make sure that you revise things, internalize those concepts from data science, Python, SQL, Power BI, Tableau. There's so many things, right? Now, let me take you to the learning resources page. Now, this page is something really important. There we have a resume optimizer for you. Well, when you go to this page, you can clearly see what are the upcoming sessions we have, right? Now, talking about past session, you can see those past sessions. And yes, we can continue with that. At the very same time, we have digital learning library. For example, this is a digital learning library. You can dive into data science. You can read this book, 168 pages of pure knowledge, right? This is really good. And when you read this, you revise it a lot. All these things will be in your mind, internalized properly, so that you can use this in your interview, right? Now, after this, let's go to resume preparations, resume optimization hub first. Now, this is what we have for you when you want to make sure that your resume is properly made here. For example, you need to upload your resume here, and you have to paste your job description here, or you can choose a file. For example, you can choose a PDF, Word file, whatever you want, and you can compare it. For example, I uploaded a resume, for example, intern's resume here. Choose a file and upload a job description here. I can just copy the job description for internet too and compare. Well, rather than wasting our time and waiting, I'll just compare all these things already. And here we have keyword matching result. You'll get answers like this, keyword matching result. Well, you have job required skills missing in the resume, and you have job required skills present in that resume. Well, for example, if you want to prepare for interview question and you take this particular skill, you can just generate resume or you can generate interview question. For example, if I click on generate interview questions, it's generating interview questions. Of course, it may take a bit time. We are specifically generating questions for you. So if you are free, while you're free, you can clearly go to our innovative project section or success stories, etc. Now, here, let me take you to some new or some other pages, some new pages. For example, we have talked about this, and yes, we'll talk about our data skill assessment. You can test your skills there. You have resume optimization hub, talent connection portal, strategic learning maps, project innovative showcase, and animated insight series. All these things we have for you. It's really, really good for your understanding, right? Now, after this, we have, for example, here skill development and enhancement. We have AI Design Studio for ML. This is basically the ML workflow, the complete end-to-end project architecture we have, right? ML workflow architecture, where you understand how the project proceeds from one end to the another end, be it beginner or for an intermediate person or for someone with advanced knowledge. Think of it. You as a beginner having this advanced knowledge of how the end-to-end project works, right? And you are in a position to draw a beautiful, beautiful project workflow. Won't that be really, really beneficial? Won't that make an impact on the recruiter? It will definitely make an impact, right? Exactly. Now, you can use this. Or let's check if the generator is ready. Okay, still going on, no issues. But you can just search for these things online or in a website here. Now, when we are here, you can watch this video on YouTube again, watch the previous videos related to resume preparation session, and while you're on YouTube, make sure you go to the playlist section and you can see there are a lot of videos related to learning. Of course, we have plethora of videos for you that are free of cost, and that's just for you. You can see there are various domain analytics videos. You can just choose any domain available there and you can just go through that, right? Every day we have some or the other content coming online on YouTube. For example, on Monday we have project showcase on the project that we are working on. Tuesday we have hands-on project Python hands-on. Wednesday, for example, we have research excellence, where our students who got their research papers published get chance to showcase their research paper. Right? They explain about their project. Yes, our students get their research paper published and they work on those projects seriously. We give chances to top three people to present their paper or get their resume, get their research paper published in international journal. Also, Thursday we have resume preparation session. Friday we have free internship from 360DigiTMG, and Saturday we have Gen AI class, Gen AI session every single day, every single Thursday, Saturday. So now here I request you to go to those sections, go to the playlist section, and yes, go through each and every video. So for today, this is it from my side, team. This is all I have for today. We'll meet again next week, next Thursday, with new content, freshly brewed content. And yes, we'll enjoy that session together again. So thank you so much for your time, team. Enjoy your evening. Happy learning, team. Bye bye. Take care. Enjoy.